I have read someone's comment that in Mythic rank, it is difficult to use Ruby and its lifesteal is kinda low. So I decided to show you a real-time Mythic battle using my new build in Ruby. And I am going to explain each item that I am going to use. My first item is boots. My boots always differ depending on enemies lineup. But sometimes, I use magic boots for extra cooldown. I also use tough boots and warrior boots depending on who I am countering. Whether magical enemies or physical enemies, I will build warrior boots on this game since they do not have a mage. My first core item is Haw's Claws for both good damage and insane lifesteal. Haw's Claws has the highest lifesteal in ML because of its unique passive. I chose this build because of its insane lifesteal, since I am not going to build another lifesteal items after this one. And I am also going to explain why. You see, even if I increase my lifesteal, if my damage is not enough then I won't be able to lifesteal that much. The amount of life I would get with every skills depends on how much lifesteal and damage I have. If I deal 100 damage and my lifesteal is 110%, then I would get 110 health points. If I deal 200 damage and my lifesteal is 90%, then I would get 180 health points. See the difference? Even if I increase my lifesteal, if my damage is not enough then the amount of life I would get from enemies will not be enough to survive. My third item would be Dominance Ice. Okay, so, you might want to know why? Listen carefully. Dominance Ice is way more better than what you think, bro. After the update, Moonton Revamp Dominance Ice. The movement slow effects was removed since it is useless LOL. And Moonton gives Dominance Ice a better feature. Dominance Ice will give you cooldown which is good for Ruby. Dominance Ice will also lessen enemies' attack speed. Dominance Ice will reduces the shield and HP regen of nearby heroes by 50. And their attack speed by 30%. This is actually exceeds people's expectation. But not everyone really understand why this item is so good. Maybe after my explanation, some of you will start using this. You see, I always wanted to build Ruby an anti-lifesteal item, so that I can counter those heroes who rely on healing capabilities. But see, Halberd is not just the right item for Ruby. You see, a hero like Ruby who just throws skills, and doesn't really have to do basic attacks so she doesn't really need attack speed. So Ruby won't be able to use this item in its full capability. You see, when I say best build, it means I'm going to show you the best build. And you can't really say it's the best build when you can't fully use the full capabilities of each item on the chosen hero, right? So see, Halberd is not the right item on her. And obviously Necklace of Durance is also not the best item on her. And finally, Dominance Ice is here. And all of this feature suits Ruby perfectly. I didn't realize it was this good until the moment I tried using it. Almost in every game, there are always a hero that rely on healing, shields and attack speed. And imagine a single item that can counter this three. Freya will surely hate this item. Esmeralda, Hardy, Estes, Rafaela, Angela, and more heroes that rely on shield and heal will hate you when you have this. Claude, Meow, Moskov and more heroes who have a high attack speed will also hate this item. And imagine how many heroes you can counter using this item. So you might be asking, is that all? Well, there's more. The 5% movement speed will also help Ruby to roam from side to mid easily. Not to mention that this ice will also going to give you a huge physical defense. The only downside of this item is that it won't give you bonus HP, but that is okay, since my fifth item will give me huge HP, which is I am going to tell and explain later. And that's not all. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this item is the defensive item that gives the highest mana in the game. And because of that, I no longer have to rely on Endless Battle. I am also going to explain why I don't have to buy Endless Battle anymore. The main reason why I built Endless Battle was mainly because of its bonus movement speed, lifesteal and mana regeneration. I already explained about the lifesteal earlier, so the only problem is movement speed and mana regeneration. Endless Battle will just give you slight mana regen. And when I build Endless Battle, there is still a time when my mana depletes. Dominance Ice will give you huge mana, which is more than enough. Whenever I have this, I don't feel I no longer have to go home. The default mana regen is more than enough for Ruby since Dominance Ice gave me enough mana. And the unique passive of Endless Battle can only be fully used whenever you attack after casting the skills. And doing basic attack is simply not my style, especially in the late game. I am not going to do skill and basic attack. I throw all of my skills from time to time, and that's just how I play. My fourth item is War Axe. Because of the new update, items that have armor penetration is much better than before, since there are no limit now to how much you can penetrate. It means that the armor of your enemies can now be less than 0, unlike before. It means the more stack you have in War Axe, the more damage you can deal. It doesn't matter if your enemies is a tank or not. Your damage will simply increase. And the more damage you can deal, the more lifesteal you can get. My fifth item on Ruby is Queen's Wings. This item will give you plus 900 health points. Isn't that too good to be true? Not to mention that this item will also give you plus 25 physical attack and plus 10 cooldown reduction. This is also the perfect item for Ruby. If you really understand how Ruby works, then you should know what's good on her and what's not. The unique passive of this item is also the best combo for House Claws. This is the reason why when I am about to die, I always manage to survive. Sometimes you have to understand each item, and build your own build depending on how you play Ruby. My last item is Blade of Despair. Well, this item is the best item for Ruby to double the amount of Ruby can lifesteal. Blade of Despair have the highest physical attack on the game, bro. And it means that this item is also the best item that can do lifesteal. The more damage you have, the higher lifesteal you have. Remember that, bro. This item will also give you bonus movement speed. An additional 25% physical attack whenever you are attacking enemies that has 50% health or below. So I'm done explaining my items, and now it's your turn to finish the video and see how good this build is.
We're ahead in turrets. Ult is not ready. Initiate retreat. Request backup. Request backup. Attack the Lord. Team turret is under attack. Initiate retreat. Our turret has been slain. Attack the Lord. Initiate retreat. Enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. Back up. Launch attack. Our inhibitor turret is under attack. Initiate retreat. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
BTR program to
Ally has slain Lord. Battle spell in
BTR program to win.
double kill.
Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Heart.
"君の虜になってしまえばきっと」